the sea. Drowns men by the score, yet they trample one another for the pleasure. What lies beyond the crushing waves that's worthy of the sacrifice? Magic. Leagues to the west lies the New World, where magic roams free in all manner of monsters, enchantments, and other treacherous forms. Mages under military guard and with strict orders from the crown venture into these treacherous waters to find powerful forms of magic and convert them into controllable spells to improve the lives of Her Majesty's people. Yet some mages are tempted by the call of freedom and adventure on the high seas. Some decide they would rather die on their own terms than live under a monarch's thumb. One such brave soul is Dreda.
Down in front! Dangerous evil sorceress coming through.
A freer spirit exists nowhere on earth or sea than Dreda's. Her magic is so unpredictable, it's as if she has little to no control over it.
I don't need control. I've got skill.
What you've got is a reckless streak. And a poor sense of personal hygiene.
Hey!
Aye, that'll be James, the daring young commander who managed to capture Dreda.
Dumb luck.
See, he's a talented lad, but none too popular with his soldiers, who see him as,
Humorless? Stiff?
The men and women of this ship would follow me anywhere.
As long as you promise not to tell that one joke, you know.
a problem that only gets worse when he's betrayed by his ship's mage, Cledwyn. You're so afraid of authority, Dreda, but it's not the cage it seems. They've let wolves into their homes, and the time to hunt is soon. Cledwyn tries to tame a dangerous form of magic for personal gain, leaving him transformed into something monstrous, and leaving James and his crew neck-deep in untamed magic, without supernatural protection. Seeing no alternative, James allows Dreda to serve as the ship's temporary mage. She's to protect the crew from monsters and mayhem, and in return, she'll receive a full pardon at their journey's end, if she behaves herself.
Onward, lads! To fortune and glory!
Actually, we're going home. Fortune and glory are a little bit out of our way.
Only if you're a sissy. Come on, give me the wheel!
Aye, get your mates off the helm, lass, or I'll nail them to the mainmast.
I'm gonna pilot this ship one day, Jacob.
Aye, one day, when I go deaf, blind, and stupid.
Ensuring she plays nice is a task that will fall in large part to the ship's second-in-command, Jacob Idard. Rarely does a first mate take up arms in the crow's nest, but Jacob, a crack shot with his bow and arrow, is usually to be found there. If he's not resolving disputes, planning routes, helping the ship's cook, or keeping an eye on Dreda.
Don't forget doing the inventory. Hate to run out of biscuits in the middle of the bleeding ocean.
Jacobs is the unseen hand that keeps the ship and her crew safe and sailing. He's something of a big brother to the crew. One wonders if he has any family of his own.
Ha! I never find time to sleep. Alice is all the family I need. Come on now, Alice.
No.
Oh, don't be like that.
Jacob, please. I don't want to talk right now.
Alice Brand is the ship's chief ordnance officer. She sees to it that the cannons are all ready to fire and the bombs are all ready to blow.
But not blow us up, right?
Don't just pop out at me like that.
I just asked you a question. What's the big deal anyway?
I could have set something off by accident. Bombs aren't like other magic. I can't just play around down here. Someone could get hurt. I'm sorry.
Alice is a bit jumpy, shall we say. Despite being a genius with explosives and most any kind of magical weapon, she also seems desperately frightened of the things. Heck, she's frightened by most of the crew. Jacob's the only one who can get more than 2 words out of her, and even he doesn't know how she got the way she is. Post-traumatic childhood baggage, mental instability indicative of a tumor, whatever. What I want to know is how she does that thing with her fingers.
She's double jointed.
I know, but how is she double-jointed? How does the doubling of the joints work? I can only hope she suffers a grievous injury to her hand, and soon. And that'll be Driscoll Goodwin, Driss for short. Driss is aboard as the ship's doctor, strictly speaking, only he doesn't seem terribly interested in his job.
Ow!
What?
What? I have a wound, doctor. Or did you not notice? It's kind of painful.
Yes, of course it hurts, but why? That's the interesting part.
If I could just get past this... Do you think I could shift your ligaments to the side just a bit?
No!
Oh, be a sport. Driss is fascinated by the natural world. Every creature he can find on every island, and every bit of him he can drag back onto the ship. It matters not if the creature breathes fire, eats fire, or is entirely composed of fire. Dr. Goodwin has as much heed for his own well-being as that of his patients, and is constantly in need of protection from the many, many dangerous situations he and his shipmates find themselves in. 'Tis true, the dangers of the sea are great, but Dreda and her shipmates have a fighting chance aboard the Knife's Edge. She's an experimental vessel with more magic in her than any ship before. Devastating cannons, swift sails, fast-moving ropes. But her greatest strength she wears on her chest, the Ocean Blade, an enchanted ram with enough destructive power to give a kraken pause.
Not that we'll be running into one of those. Right?
Ha ha ha! Who can say, lass? The sea holds many mysteries and no certainties save this. None who set sail return home exactly as they left. And what of you? Would you weigh anchor with Dreda and her crew? Would you brave the dangers for the promise of magic and adventure? Would you travel to lands no human was meant to set foot upon? Would you undertake it all with no one to protect you save a pirate witch? Climb aboard, we've got a long ways to go.
Full sail ahead!